Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scribo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Saturday, September 17th, and the moon is in Gemini. Of course, the Gemini moon is one in which we tend to be more mental in the way we feel or we think about our feelings more. We discuss them. Benefit of Moon in Gemini, we want to talk about them. And so talk about them you will. Today we have Chiron making an inconjunct to Venus. Chiron, of course, is the wound. In Aries, it can be a wound around an identity, who we sort of declare ourselves to be, or maybe even who we allow ourselves to be. You know, sometimes a lot of people don't have an opportunity to really express themselves. They can feel sort of held back in that. We can certainly see that in Charles, formerly Prince Charles, sort of having to always be a step behind his mother, who I'm sure at some points in his life was wondering if she would ever step down and he would ever get his chance. Oh, goodness gracious. So, we also have the moon making a square to Neptune, but a trine to Saturn, so that helps us to bring some structure to our feelings and our how we speak of them. We also have Chiron make a sextile to Mars, and so while it's having a little trouble with Venus in how to define your relationships and the like, the planet of action is lined up pretty well with Mars, of course, and so we can sort of take actions on those things. Mars, of course, is in Gemini. The moon is hold on, did I say it's sextile? I'm sorry, Mars is in Gemini, Chiron in Aries. That's sextile. Sorry, I got a little lost in the proverbial stars there for a minute. And then we also have today the last quarter moon with the sun in Virgo and the moon in Gemini. Both, of course, again, Mercury ruled sign. Mercury retrograde in Libra, asking us to renegotiate our contracts, whether they be verbal or actual, right? Renegotiate. So the theme of talking it over, figuring out where you're going, figuring out your next steps in your relationships is still sort of on the table. This last quarter square of the moon to the sun is part of the lunation cycle that began with that Virgo new moon. Sorry about that. That Virgo new moon that really promised that there'd be a lot of energy towards getting the work done, getting the job done. And I don't know about you, but I've been very busy since that new moon in Virgo, getting things like, in my case, my classes set up and organized, my notes for my classes organized, and a little bit of housework. I want to say that too loud, in case my house expects a little bit more from me. But I've actually really enjoyed this whole Virgo lunation so far. So while it's been a lot of work, it's satisfying. So we can continue on that. We do have a new moon coming up in Libra after this last 7 days of this lunation, and it's also a pretty nice moon. The new moon in Virgo, the new moon in Libra are probably the two nicer new moons of the year. A lot of the new moons have been just way intense and not all that easy. Not that anything is easy, I think, but we do have another new moon coming up. That's it is what it is. But It's not as treacherous as some of the other moons that we've had this year. So that last quarter moon, crisis in consciousness, you've done a lot of work through this new moon period. Now you look to see what you've accomplished, what needs to be let go of still, what still doesn't serve a purpose for you, and then evaluating what does, so that you can plant seeds for a new cycle with the things that you've discerned to be important in your life. So, exciting times, guys. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. My astrology relationship class is starting today. I'm excited about that. I have my Saturday students. But if anybody is interested in learning about how to evaluate relationships by using astrology, and you have the basics of astrology, sign, house, you have to know the signs, the planets, the houses, and the aspects. If you have those down, or if you're an old student of mine and haven't taken a former student, I hate to say old student, right? That always sounds bad. A former student of mine, and you want a little more information on relationships, this may be the class you want to take. So there's still room, and there's still time. It starts at 11 a.m. I know what time it starts. 11 a.m. Eastern, which is about, I think, 2 hours from now. So I'll see you, my students, there, and maybe somebody else. All right, guys, take care. Much love. If you are interested, you can go to my website, theseedsoftransformation.com. Go to the events page. The events are off about a week, so this is the beginning. It's what you would think that the astrology class started last week. This relationship class, but it has not yet started. It's starting today, so I'm excited about that. All right, guys, take care. Namaste. Love ya.